You know who it is. It's me. On what's missing. And guess what? We have another reaction video.
This one is a trending topic. So this is regarding, if I'm not mistaken, Hawkeye season two. Um, yeah, let's get into the video.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka All Fires. Now, there was a point earlier this year, and right after Marvel had rebranded with the Marvel Television label, that it did not look good for Marvel Studios on Disney Plus. They basically canceled or put every project on indefinite hold, and then made mandates like, we're going to separate the two, no high-budget TV shows, no TV shows featuring Avengers-level characters, street-level heroes, small-budget television shows that are disconnected from the MCU.
I think Disney, if you go on their platform, there's not. They've messed it up, I think, personally, regarding Marvel TV shows, regarding even Star Wars. I watched a lot of their Star Wars shows. The Mandalorian I watched, that's really good. You've got that lady with, I forgot her name. Ah, Asuka? Asuka. That was a good show. They've just got season one, and they didn't go any further with it. There's a lot of Star Wars, TV shows that were looking good, and they've just like haven't continued them. And them two, the Mandalorian, obviously they're in season one, two, and three, and I feel like that's it. They can continue to do more with that. I don't know if they will. I hope they do. It's a really good show. And Asuka, they've only done season one. They can definitely do more with that. Um, so it's not just like Star Wars for some reason on Disney anyway. I'm talking about on Disney Plus. I've seen Marvel obviously and Star Wars shows. Just they've just gone quiet. I heard that they brought WWE. Disney have. Um, it's kind of weird because I know WWE apparently had done a deal with Netflix like the start of this year, if I'm not mistaken. So that's kind of weird that they've brought it, and I don't know if it will continue to be on Netflix or will they take that and put it on their Disney Plus platform. I don't know. Wrestling's also gone ESPN. So I don't know what's going on with the wrestling since Vince McMahon left, but yeah, this is regarding Disney anyway. I don't want to get too off topic, but yeah, Hawkeye. I call it Hawkeye. I don't know why Hawkeye. Season two confirmed. It says so. Let's get into what they're talking about regarding Hawkeye.
You, and as Kevin Feige put it, wouldn't make you do any homework. Now, as evidence of that not being a hardline divide, we're about to see John Bernthal's Punisher from the Daredevil series on Disney Plus in the upcoming Spider-Man film. So I think there will be places where even Marvel
and the Punisher as well. They did the Punisher. I don't know why that series of the Punisher ain't on Disney Plus because that was really good. Don't know if it's owned by maybe Sony, but still it's part of Marvel, so they could strike some deal about putting the previous episodes that were really good on Disney Plus. Yeah, I don't know, Disney Plus and Marvel stuff and other stuff as well. They're flopping, man. I don't know what's going on with them. Come on, Disney Plus, man. Like you want someone to pay whatever it is, and you're not updating your and stuff like your series and stuff like that. That are good series that you've got there. Like get up to date. Stop messing around. Stop playing around. Basically, what you're doing.
Studios is willing to break their new rules, and in the case of today's update, it seems like there will be another Avenger level hero, or should I just say OG Avenger, who will be coming back for a second season, none other than Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye, and this after his initial comments that they only offered him half of the money for twice the work. We're breaking it all down, this official confirmation that Hawkeye Season 2 is most likely a go. Which source actually revealed this? You're probably not going to believe it. And because we already know the full plot from industry insider Daniel RPK, we'll run over what they're going to do to control the budget, even though this will be an Avenger TV show. We're breaking it all down. Hawkeye Season 2, but quickly, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel. Thanks to everyone.
Another thing with Hawkeye, um, obviously he has an apprentice as well. Obviously, they should be looking to the future as well. Like, you've got Ironheart. The way they've introduced everything, we've already seen everything already. So I feel like they're just messing it up. They've messed it up. Like, obviously his apprentice was at the end of the Marvels, if I don't believe. She was recruiting people with the Miss Marvel, the Indian chick's character, and it seemed like they were going around recruiting, if you want to call it, the Young Avengers, or it looked like. And what they could have done, instead of making the Young Avengers, if you want to call it, the Psychics, make it like a TV show instead of movies, and they could have like had links, because they were doing it with Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Daredevil, the Defenders. Also forgot his name, Iron Fist, where they had their own series 1, 2, or 3, or what, and then they had like episodes where you would see them fuse each other together. I felt like they could have done something like that with going forward with these shows, and like have like Hawkeye and make it like somewhat like have the psychics in there, make a TV shows like the Psychics, if you want to call it, and like interact the TV shows. Like, as I said, you got other characters have their own shows, Hulk Woman or whatever, She-Hulk, and like just have the characters interact with each other through the series, like they did Luke Cage and stuff like that. They could have done, if that makes sense, or if I'm making sense of what I'm saying, like they could have done that with going forward, instead of keep the movies with the big, if you want to call it, characters, and like have these, as I said, Psychics, have the TV shows and make that a thing, and then have other characters like Hawkeye come in and play cameos here and there, like they've done with She-Hulk. They had Bruce Banner come in and stuff like that. As I said, they could have like done all of that. They did it with Disney, did it pretty well with The Flash, Supergirl, even Superman came along in the series. You had the green, that green alien, Martian Manhunter in it, in Supergirl. They could have done all of that type of style, but they just like, yeah, they just effed that up, man. They just effed it up. And they keep like, I think what's effing it up even worse is they keep like putting out stuff, and then we've seen it as viewers, and then scrapping it or leaving it as a series like series 1, and then just scrapping it. Like, they need to like think of a plan and stick to a plan. Like what they say, trust the process. So like, just stick to the plan and let it unfold. Instead of just going. Sometimes I understand you need to make sure that you're making hit shows, obviously, because you want to waste money. But sometimes season 1 might be really good, and season 2 might not be good, and then season 3 might be good, and then the finale. As long as you get it going to a stage where the finale is going to be really good, you shouldn't worry about, obviously, too much. This season, say season 2 is not going to perform as well as season whatever. You should worry about the whole thing, because what's going on, I feel, especially with Marvel now, they're doing things where, if season 1 ain't good, we're not going to continue. And it's just like, I can understand that a little bit, but you need to, as I said, stick to a plan and let it come out. Like, for trust the process that it's gonna like do well. Like, they do testing, a lot of testing from what I know about shows, especially TV shows and movies, but TV shows were known for doing a lot of testing amongst audience live audiences like Friends and stuff like that. But a lot of these shows get tested. So if it's testing well, then they should just, like, as I said, trust the process. Don't just quit at season 1. Like, try and build the season up to something. Because usually, most of these shows do end up doing well. Especially with superhero stuff, man. Come on. You can't really go wrong with superhero stuff. I don't think, but I just feel like, especially Disney's involvement in this, the way they've presented it and the way they've gone about doing it, it's not going well. Yeah, trust the process, Disney, man.
Everyone who's been subbing recently, if you haven't already, and my analytics indicate there are still some of you who watch a lot of videos at the channel, maybe you haven't subbed already, which is totally cool. But if you haven't, I just kindly invite you to do so. It really supports us here at the channel. Plus, it'll enter you for the giveaways if you want. Stick around at the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So quickly for the rundown here, this actually broke a week or two ago. We just haven't had a chance to work it into the news cycle here at the channel, but we covered all of the stuff leading up to it, where Jeremy Renner in an interview said that Marvel Studios had literally only offered him half the money for Hawkeye season 2, and that he's basically turned it down. This again was coming on the heels of them saying no more Avengers level characters, Vision will be the last one, we really need to control the budget, so we're going to keep it street level heroes. Well, as it turns out, maybe that was just all part of the negotiating plan, and I think there were still some comments between what he said recently and then.
Also, which one do you prefer, Hawkeye or Hawkeye? Because I used to call him for years back in the day Hawkeye, because I'm a retard. I don't know why, just Hawkeye. I just used to call him that, Hawkeye.
Implied he might be back for the Avengers films. What he most recently said was he is sure that he will be back.
So if you want to make a remote income from home, and you're a beginner, meaning right now you have a 9
for Hawkeye season 2, not only confirming its existence now in pre-production.
Also, he was in hospital, weren't he? Don't know if they were real, but I saw a lot of clips regarding him being in hospital because he had an accident, didn't he, on set of Avengers, and it kind of like other stuff as well. Yeah, so it's good to hear that he seems well enough to come back, and it's been confirmed.
But that, yes, they're still negotiating. He's obviously not going to take half the money, but they will work it out, and we are going to get a Hawkeye season 2. And again, this is coming from Jeremy Renner. There can't be a more official source. Now, as I mentioned during the prologue, we actually got a full rundown of the plot of this television show coming from trusted industry insider source Daniel RPK. You guys can follow him under RPK News on Twitter. He indicated that there was a plan to control the budget by basically making it a raid style one location shoot. And it's not always the case, and it wasn't indicated by his update, but usually when you sort of see movies like this, and I can think of a couple off the top of my head, like The Green Room and some others where they're actually shot basically in real time, hour to hour, right? Like it'll be over the course of a night or a day in one singular location. Now, we also know who the villain is intended to be for this series, and it's Trickshot. That's Barney Barton, Hawkeye's brother, who is most times a foil and an enemy, but sometimes an ally or friend. You know how that goes, and even sat in for Hawkeye with the Dark Avengers when he was a member of that team. So basically, you could see him attacking Hawkeye and Clint Barton at the beginning of the series, and by the end of it, after he's fought his way through, they hug each other, and now they're allies. Now, how this sort of applies to the Kate Bishop of it all, well, the Hawkeye series was really meant to be her show. Yeah, of course, there was an OG Avenger part of it, and they co-headlined the thing, but it was meant to introduce Kate Bishop and set her up for the future. Plus, we know that she'll most likely show up regardless of what happens in
But she has to show up, innit? How would they? Yeah, I don't understand. That's what I'm saying. If this, I don't know if it's Marvel or Disney, because I heard Disney and Marvel always have like little issues, but the way they've done it, it's just messy, man. Like, they should have left Hawkeye in the movies and like used him, because obviously after Avengers, all the characters in the Avengers were on, how can I say, they were hot, if you want to call it. And that what made this so good, I thought, like Hawkeye introducing her and like making it her show, which as I just clarified, it was supposed to be her show. Him being in it gave it the ratings a bit more of a boost, which makes sense. And the same thing that happened with She-Hulk. Like Bruce Banner being in there gave the show a bit of a boost. So him playing as, if you want to call it, her mentor, training her up, and then her in season 2 going out on her own a bit more. As I said, introducing different characters amongst the MCU, like She-Hulk could have made an appearance in her show, and she could have made an appearance in She-Hulk's show, like collaborating. They could have done that with like all the new, if you want, as I said, the psychics, if you want to call it. As I said, what they did with, what they've done with DC superheroes as well, the TV show Supergirl, the Flash, and so on and so forth. They could have done with this, and they've done it with this before. They also had, what's the villain in Daredevil? The boss, the mob boss, Kingpin. He there was a lady that had a show. I think she's like a blind assassin. Forgot the name of the show. Excuse me, but I forgot the name of the show. But she was she had season 1. She's like a blind assassin, and they could have like cameoed her in these shows as well. They could have like brought everything together in that way, instead of doing this, which I feel like it's just mess, and then not even giving them full price. They're getting to do what they say, twice the work for half the price. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, they could have left him in the movies. As I said, he could have done cameos, like training her up, which he did do. But yeah, you get what I'm saying, man. They could have, the way they've done this, they could have made it really good. Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, these characters here, the Punisher. There's so many characters and there's so many episodes. Excuse me, sorry, man. So many episodes they've got, and so much stuff they've got that they can use, and strong characters, strong storylines. It's just like they've wasted it. It's out there obviously for us to view, but they can make it, if you want it, TV series show gold, like they've done with the movies. Like, yeah, this is my opinion, but let me know what you think. But I feel like they could have continually did this and made it a thing, and I felt like they've messed around so much, just effed everything up, and it seems like they're continuously doing it. They're doing it now. Like, if she ain't gonna be in it, I'll be really weirded out. Like, after they've done this and basically set season 1 out as Hawkeye is training the girl, the psychic, if you want to call it, training her up, and it seemed like she was gonna somewhat take over. Even in the movies, as I said, they cameoed her in some of the movies. Like, yeah, they just messed it up.
The next 2 Avengers films as part of the Young Avengers Champion series at Disney Plus that we've been hearing about for years. Whether or not she'd be a part of the second season is curious to me, but I have to imagine so. I think she was an integral part of the show. I think if you're going to do a Hawkeye season 2, there's easily going to be an expectation there that Kate Bishop will be back. So it'll be interesting to see which way they decide to go with the story, but if Jeremy Renner is obviously, saying now, look, we're just negotiating, I will be back, I'm sure I will be back for season 2. And again, that's a direct quote of his. I think it also opens the door for him being a part of Avengers Secret Wars and Avengers Doomsday. For really any of the actors or characters that aren't new, that have worked with the Russos before on the previous Avengers films, you have to imagine they're part of Avengers Secret Wars and Avengers Doomsday. For really any of the actors or characters that aren't new, that have worked with the Russos before on the previous...
There she is. This lady here I was talking about. I've got the show that the name of the show, but she's like a Kingpin's adopted daughter or something like that. They could have made a thing, or made it more of a thing with her in it as well. Continuously like building stuff up, episode 1, 2, 3 and 4, whatever, with her show. And like Hawkeye, Daredevil could have been brought in it. There's so many people, there's so many characters they could have done. They could have done Elektra, bring her back as I said, they could have continued it with Luke Cage, um, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, all these characters. Like they could have like fused on different shows. I don't know if they can gonna bring them back like Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Iron Fist. I've already done Daredevil, but yeah, um, yeah, they had a good actor as well for Luke Cage, and Jessica Jones was a good. The lady was a good actor, so yeah, man, shame. I'm upset with that, man, because as I said, yeah,
previous Avengers films, you have to imagine they're basically first in line on the big board outside of some of their dream characters like Deadpool and Wolverine, these old school X-Men. Of course, they're going to go back and refer to the actors that they had worked with. And I don't think Clint Barton's story is sort of done by any means. Obviously, he's retired, but he's not totally out of the picture. That's why he's getting a Hawkeye season 2 and after Avengers Secret Wars. He's still going to be a part of the thing going forward. And this is the same thing we've been talking about Chris Hemsworth and Thor, and Kevin Feige saying, look, he's in his prime. He could play that character for the next 10 years. Marvel Studios, to me, as I said in a previous video, looks like they've clearly learned their lesson. There's absolutely zero reason to kill off a character like Tony Stark or to remove a character essentially like they have with Steve Rogers. We want all of the characters we can get to be in the mix and a part of the storyline at any given time. And the fact that they're finally going to have the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, and then a new round of X-Men coming in. Of course, they want as many of the OG Avengers sticking around. So maybe I'm starting to do sort of a 180 on the whole idea that a lot of actors are going to take an off-ramp. Don't get me wrong. There are some of these actors who their time is coming to an end in the MCU. Their deaths will have stakes in these two Avengers movies. They will.
come on, man. Like, okay, how long are they gonna keep these characters? They need to start introducing a new Captain America now. As they're redoing this is a perfect time as well. As they're redoing like the new X-Men, they should just go ahead and redo new actors for Captain America, the Avengers, and just redo all of them because they're getting older now. No disrespect, but if you're gonna have them as older variants. You need to start bringing in these, as I said, psychics and doing series on them because they're young, and get them where they are young now. Because you're just gonna. It takes time, obviously, after so long, years of like before they release stuff. It takes years before it gets released, innit? TV shows, movies, and stuff like that. As I said, they're only getting older. Hawkeye looks. What is he in his? Coming up to his 50s now, like late 40s, 50s. Like how long are you gonna keep him? Spider-Man, he's even getting older now soon, but he's still of age. Well, he's not that old. He's in his. I'm assuming he's in his like 20s, mid 20s. So he can still do a lot more. But I wouldn't get rid of Spider-Man yet. Personally, me, I would keep him still. I would get rid of. I shouldn't say get rid of like that because he's a good actor, but regarding him playing the character of Hawkeye, you need to recast new, fresh faces now, and have them obviously alongside the new fresh faces of the X-Men. Like, only makes sense. Like, we've seen Captain America go, we've seen Iron Man die, so the only thing, as I said, you can do is variants, like older variants, like they've done with Batman. What's his name that plays Batman? Ben Affleck. He was like an older, mature Batman. So, and then you got the other actual older Batman come back, but he played an older Batman. And I feel like if you're gonna do anything, do that, but introduce new characters. Yeah, and then obviously do the psychics. It only makes sense, or is it just me? Like, have the psychics do their TV shows. Don't have them in the movies. Well, you can as a cameo here and there, like, yeah, but have their shows. You got like, I don't know if anyone's actually saw the cartoons, Young Avengers, Young Justice, sorry, not Young Avengers, Young Justice. So you had Justice League, which were the older characters, Superman, Batman, and all that cartoon show. Then you had like Young Justice, where they had like their apprentices, and they gave them a show where you can see things growing, like evolution, like yeah. And I feel like they're missing a lot regarding that.
Will not be resurrected or unsnapped, and maybe even recast here in the next, say, 5 to 10 years. But maybe for some of the more important characters that have meant a lot to fans, maybe a lot of them are going to stick around. And remember, with Franklin Richards' reveal, I guess I need to issue a spoiler warning here, because the last time I talked about the ending for the Fantastic Four, people were freaking out in the comments that I spoiled it. The movie's been out for almost 3 weeks. We do plot leaks at the channel 6 months before movies even...
That's another thing as well. Even the Fantastic Four cast, they should have made it a bit younger, in my opinion. Because, as I said, movies, after so long, the actors grow old. They need to, yeah. The guy that plays Mr. Fantastic, he's quite old as well. Shouldn't say old, but I'm talking about longevity here when I mean that. So, like, after you've done you got Fantastic Four now, that's just been released. Give it a couple of years and you'll be of age, and all they'll be doing is trying to like make him look younger. You know what I mean? So they should be casting, in my opinion, younger characters, so they don't have to keep replacing them. Like they can do 3 or 4 movies, and when I mean by that, not just like maybe Fantastic Four movies. I'm talking about like the bigger movies, like cross movies, like the Avengers versus X-Men and so on and so forth, the bigger movies, and then they won't have to like recast anyone, and then they still got the old actors that if they wanted to do cameos here and there or do variants of the older actors or the older characters, they can still bring them in. Like, yeah.
Come out. So I don't know what in the world, but look, if you haven't seen the Fantastic Four yet, you've avoided all spoilers. I'm about to talk about the ending back out.
It's foldable, we're flexible. Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 with Pocket Perfect AI.
3, 2, 1. With Franklin Richards very obviously displaying the fact that he can resurrect someone at will, and most likely the exact conduit that's going to be used regardless of what the circumstances are to rebuild the multiverse into the new reset MCU after Avengers Secret Wars, it is hard to sort of suspend disbelief that some deaths, all deaths, couldn't be undone. But that's where I honestly believe you get into the real world of it all, where some of these actors and actresses might just totally want out. Look, Benedict Cumberbatch, I think for sure Doctor Strange's days are numbered. Another actor that I would see totally being like, I'm out of here, I don't want to do any more Marvel movies, Brie Larson, only because she has definitely gotten an unfair amount of hate from one little corner of the Marvel fandom. So you could totally see like, hey, my contract is up, this is my last movie, kill me off however you want, I'm not returning. And that's where I think you can basically look at the contracts and see if their contract is over after Avengers Secret Wars or Doomsday, and they've been around for the last 15 years, there's a good chance they might not be around much longer after that. But you guys let me know all your thoughts down below. I am super curious how you feel about a Hawkeye Season 2 and how Kate Bishop may or may not fit into the story, and what characters you think may be gone for good after Avengers Secret Wars and the conclusion of the multiverse saga. I'm all ears as always. Quickly, we are still giving away PlayStation.
So, okay, that is the update on Hawkeye Season 2. Everything that you need to know. I'm just like really disappointed like lately with Disney. I mean, Disney and Marvel, the way they've done their shows and keep cancelling and redoing it. They need to sort that out, man. Let me know what you guys think. I think that they need to do an all new cast. Stop keeping actors here and there, like Thor and these other characters, Captain America, like all of these people. If they're doing Avengers right now, they should be thinking about the future. So they should be thinking about recasting new characters, in my opinion, and using the characters they have as older variants in movies, like their allegedly doing with Doctor Doom and Tony Stark, his character. They're using him, from what I know, as different variants. Yeah, and they should be thinking about the future and getting fresh faces, new actors, because there are actors out there that are young that could do these. Be another Captain America, be another Thor, so on and so forth. Is Thor's brother younger than him? No, they look alike. Like there's other people, actors out there that could be that are doing. There's a lot that are doing underground movies as well. Like I see all the time. Yeah, so let me know what you think, your thoughts regarding it. I'm just, yeah, maybe it's just me, but I'm just really disappointed in the way they've gone on doing the Marvel stuff of lately. Yeah, and the Fantastic Four as well. I haven't seen it, but we'll have a look and see how the movie's doing. Superman, I'm going to do a review on that because I have seen it, and yeah, I can understand why people are upset regarding it. But look out for it on my channel. If anything that you like, if you agree with what I'm saying regarding all this as well, please leave a comment, or not. Up to you. If you disagree, please leave a comment or not. I do trending topics, TV show trailers and movies, the newest ones, the latest ones, the most viral ones. I do a lot of them. So yeah, be sure to check it out on the channel. I am the missing link. I'm out. Peace.